What's going on, YouTube? It's James with ChiHammer Fantasy Battle Reports. Got another battle report for today. It is finally here. Mayhem in the mountains. Round number 5, guys. What is going on? I'm excited to get you this game because it's the last of my Mayhem in the Mountain games. So, I got a lot of things to talk to you about, guys. And first off, for those of you who don't know, Mayhem in the Mountains is shares a name with another tournament called Mountain Mayhem that is run by Gene Phelps. It's and that one's in Virginia, but the one I'm at is actually in Evergreen, Colorado. It is run by Mike Lies. Mike Lies, here's a picture of Mike and John dressed up in costume, and you can even see Karen in the background dressed up. It was a great tournament to go to. It was probably the most comfortable tournament I've ever been to, where you know, there's literally a bar. You can see it in the background there. You can just kind of get your drinks, you can get your food, you can order the food in the middle of the game, and then they'll just hand it to you at the end of the game. It was pretty like comfortable. It was at a brewery. It was a nice location in the mountains. It was awesome. Thanks, Mike, for running that event. Now, going over really quick before I go over my game. In the last video I posted, I told you guys that my building caught on fire. Where I actually record my videos, actually too. But my gym, my personal training business, I threw up a GoFundMe page, and honestly, I gotta say thank you guys. Thank you every single one of you guys who donated to my GoFundMe. That was huge. I'm still not over it. I was actually trying to record this video earlier, but the insurance guys came in, and they still haven't cleaned up the place. So I basically had to clean up majority of it myself with my nephew, but I haven't been able to truly open up. I've been taking care of clients here and there, but I can't have it like fully serviceable yet. But anyways, that's gonna just be a process. But the good news is, you know what? I had some good friends, I had some good fans, and I really gotta say thank you guys. Now for my games, game 1 I ended up playing Ryan Dorsey. I had a big win against Ryan Dorsey, 19-1. What I found out that Mike did was he changed the points so it's harder to get a 20. Usually about 3,000 points over, you got a 20, usually, as long as you have the objective. I think you needed like 32 or 3,300 or something like that, or it might have been 3,500, but it was actually harder to get the 20. You're going to get a 19 most of the time, so that was interesting. As for my game 2, I ended up getting a 15 against Wesley King, and then game 3 I ended up getting a small loss. I won in points, but I lost on the objective, so it was a 11-9. Game 4 I got a 20-0 against Omar Corrette, and then game 5 I'm on table 1 against Warner Hopkins. Now, first off, Warner ran with John, the guy in the other picture. They did a review on YouTube on lists on who do they think that's going to win, who's going to podium, whatever. Warner did not say I was going to podium, even though I'm on table 1, game 5. Warner said I'm the underdog, that I have the ability to do well if I play it right, but he's interested in my list, but at the same time he just doesn't believe Orcs and Goblins can do shit. And I agree with him 100% of the time, except for myself, so 99% of the time. Oh man. Anyways, so I really do agree with them. Somebody in my other video actually said it too. They were like, you know, the ETC numbers said that they did really good and they're a top tier army. And I'm like, you know, to be honest though, I skewed those ETC numbers, okay? Because there's only so many players that played Orcs and Goblins, and out of so many players, a lot of them didn't do good. And if I did really poorly on that ETC, the numbers would drop. So it really does mean that, like, that one player could change it. I'll give you an example. My Infernal Dwarf player on Team Mexico did horrible. Infernal Dwarves did horrible overall, and he hasn't played a game all year. But let's just say I brought him and he did wonderful because he was practicing every fucking day or something. It would have made them like a mid-tier army. Just saying, one player can change that. So I'm just bringing that up. Anyways. So I'm playing Warner Hopkins. He actually has an Orc and Goblin army, but he's playing it as Warriors of the Dark Gods. So it's Warriors of the Green Gods versus the Orcs and Goblins. Alright, guys, let's go over that. I'm going to try to go over what he has. Here's a picture of his, a screenshot of his list. But I don't really have that many pictures. I'm going to show you what I have on pictures because I didn't have pictures of his army per se, just the actual game. So let's go over a little bit at a time. First off, right here I got a unit on the left side. As you can see, he has black orcs, but the black orcs are actually warriors with sloth, so they're toughness 5, 3 up armored warriors. The big shrine in the middle is actually a battle shrine, and then next to that is his general. His general is actually a chaos lord with the burning potent sword. It's going to do multi-wounds D3. It's exactly what the trolls did not want to see here today. Next to that, those werewolves are Forsworn, I want to say they're called. So if you kill them, they actually turn into demons, and then they pop up again, and that's what they do. Now here's a picture of after deployment and into the game round 1, but I'm just going to go over this. On the left of that warrior brick, he has a unit of 5 chosen knights. They are Gore-Gruntas, and I mean, it's the first time I actually seen these models on the table, which is kind of awesome, even though they have to be proxy for Warriors Army. And then they are Mark of Lust. Next to them is a unit of Savage Orcs that are Barbarians. The Barbarians are just Barbarians, but they do have the Alchemist Master in that unit, as well as another Lord. That Lord is I don't know, he has like demonic wings. He's a Blender Lord. He's pretty nasty. Then he has another unit of Forsworn over on the right, and then in the back you see that red pillar of like fire thing going up. That's actually his Hellmaw. So he's going to be teleporting around like crazy. Let's go over this game. Alright, so first off we got diagonal deployment. Now, in the diagonal deployment, as you can see, I have a rock on my right side. That rock is actually keeping me where I have less room to move. He won the sides. I won the who gets to go first, right? So I just dropped everything to go first. Doing that, I left Koopa on the left flank. I didn't know he was going to actually try to chase Koopa down. I left the savages in the almost center left. The trolls in the center with the black orcs. BSB, I'm playing a really tight game with the goblins, and then the K-Pack on the flank. I put the dogs way over on the right flank because the dogs were the only ones that really couldn't fit anywhere unless I started a little further back. It is hold the center, and he was kind of like, ah, man, that sucks. You get first on hold the center, because it's easy for me to grab the black orcs, put them on the center, and say, fuck it, move me. And he knows that, so it's going to be tough for him since I got first turn. The dogs run up. I'm going to show you the picture of the original Vanguard. That's the original Vanguard right there. And then eventually it's going to go into that spot over there. It's going to be Orcs and Goblins, turn number 1. Orcs and Goblins, turn 1. This is the same damn picture because I didn't take that many pictures. Okay. So Koopa basically did not move too much. I actually just turned him from a sideways pose to a front pose, but at the same time, I don't want to get too close to those Gore-Gruntas because they're chosen knights. They're gonna rip me. It's like I think we said it was 27 or 29 attacks, strength 5. It's just too many attacks. He's hitting me on 3s or 2s. Let's just say he's hitting me on 3s with 29 attacks. Let's see, that's 66%. 19 hits, and then out of those 19 hits, he's only getting about a 33% hit rate. That's 6 wounds. Still. And he's like a 1-up armor or a 2-up armor? That's just nasty. Even though Koopa would fight him out, that's only 1 round. That round 2, I'm dead if I don't do enough to kill him back. It's just, that's only on hitting me on 3s. If he's hitting me on 2s, I'm fucked. Alright? So I left Koopa just outside of his Gore-Gruntas. He needs 11 on a reroll because he's on the hill. 11 on a reroll to get to Koopa, but there's not much room I have there. Now, the savages, I left them closer to the Gore-Gruntas. He could charge me there if he wants, but he needs 11 without Swift Stride with his unit on the hill. I'm kind of playing a game of chicken. I don't know Warner. I've never played him before, so I don't know if he's going to try this or not. I really don't. I am outside of 6 inches of the center at the current moment, which I know in the traditional rules, it starts on round 2 to pick up the center. But in Mike's rules, it actually said at the end of every turn. It didn't specify round 2. So I actually had to call Mike about this because I watched my opponent like start to measure out the 6 inches. Like, okay, I'm gonna grab the objective now, and I'm like, whoa, wait, it's round 2. Anyways, magic. I didn't do much in magic. I got a scorching salvo off, and it ends up killing off one warrior here, which, okay, that's one less. There's only 20 of them, so 1 is 19 left. The problem here is his battle shrine and his lord take up so much space that it's messing with me mentally. I'm thinking that there's 30 bodies, but really it's just because like 10 extra slots are characters. Over here, I gave these guys flaming swords. They're going to go ahead and shoot into the Forsaken. I only do 1 wound here. Go ahead and I shoot the BSBs into the unit of the giant brick. I end up killing off 1 more. And then Koopa ends up shooting a Gorgrunt that does 1 wound. Okay, thanks, Koopa. Anyways, it's going to start off Warriors of the Green Gods, turn number 1. Warriors of the Green Gods, turn number 1. He's going to charge. I'm like, oh shit, he's actually charging. He's like, I got to reroll. I'm going to do it. So first off, he has these giant sized dice. These dice are fucking huge. They're like the size of my palm of my hand. I swear to God. Alright, so he rolls the dice. Actually, they're not that big, but you can see one of the dice is actually on the table by that tree on the left side. He rolls the dice, and the one that he's going into Koopa first, and he rolls a 6, like the first dice that hit the fucking table just stopped on 6, and I'm like, motherfucker, he's gonna run right into Koopa round 1. No. I'm watching the other 2 dice bounce. They're just like bouncing, doom, 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 and I'm like, oh shit, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes, and it's like 4, and I'm like, oh, that's a 10. Oh shit, what's the last one gonna do? What's the last one gonna do? 2. I'm like, whoo! He's like, I'm gonna reroll. I'm like, oh god, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. He rolls it, and it's like 3, 4, 2. I'm like, thank God. Oh my god, that was so stressful. That was extreme. I swear to God, that's the same level of stress I had when he rolled the dice. The second one, they needed 11 to get into the Savages, and he ends up rolling like a 6 and a 7. It wasn't even close with the other unit. So they're both gonna stumble forward. Oh my fucking god. Now he marches his Forsworn, Forsaken, in front of the Black Orcs. He doesn't want me counter-charging with the Black Orcs, which I get, because if I do a Wog Charge, get into the Forsaken close to that, I could get into his flank, and it's game over pretty early on with a Wog Charge, right? So he stops me from doing that. Chaps me with the Forsaken. And basically he just moved forward. Magic, he has that Alchemist. He goes ahead, he does a triple 5 on a Silver Spike, which I let through. He gets 1 wound off. I want to say he got 1 wound off. He might have missed this one. He did 1 wound somehow. I think it was actually the Hellfire that did the wound. But, yeah, because I'm pretty sure the Silver Spike failed to wound. I think he did a Hellfire and he got 1 wound in. But he does a triple 5. He miscasts. He's going to have to take 2 dice of damage. He takes 2 wounds. Hell yes. Hell yes. That means that wizard's almost dead already. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins, turn number 2. Guys, I'm going to give you a 3-second warning here on a 3, 2, 1. Wog! I'm wogging. Alright. I'm charging. Now, first thing out of my mouth was I went too fast. I said Savages to the Gorgruntas, Koopa to the Gorgruntas. I know they're Chosen Knights, but I just like calling them Gorgruntas. And he's like, flee. And I was like, whoa. Let's break it up. Savages to the Gorgruntas. Do you flee or hold on them first? He decides he's gonna flee. Okay, great. And there goes the ChiHammer. So he's gonna flee first, which allows Koopa to kind of do his thing. Do I continue to charge into his warriors? The answer is no. Fucking, he put alchemic fire on Koopa, and he has a fucking burning potent. Fuck that shit. I'm not charging it. Hell, actually, my Savages aren't even gonna charge it. You know why? Because he has a fucking battle shrine, a lord, a combat lord. These guys are at T5, and he has like a freaking 1-up or 3-up armor save. He kept on giving him 1-up armor save because he kept on giving him the armor buff, whatever's that called. So I'm just like, whatever. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to redirect the Savages into those guys right next to them, the Forsaken. I'm actually going to charge the Trolls into them as well because why in the fuck not? Now, I charged the Dredd's Iron Legion, the Black Orcs, right into those guys on the right side, and Koopa actually just walks around. So here's what's going to happen. Savages and Trolls fail the charge. Okay? Black Orcs get in. Now, the one thing he didn't see is a 20-inch movement with the dogs. He actually marched out of my march check range. So my dogs didn't even have to march check. I just walk right in front of his sloth guys, and now he's chaffed. He has to turn and face the dogs and other guys. They can charge and overrun. It's kind of a far overrun. I really don't care if they get in, to be honest. And I left Koopa where Koopa could attack the flank or the rear, depending on how he wants to reform. Koopa's in a very key spot. Koopa could charge the barbarians on the left. Koopa could charge the fleeing unit of Gruntas back there if they rally. And Koopa could just charge into the flank or the rear of the warrior unit. Koopa's in a very good spot. He did take that wound. Like I said, I think it was from a Hellfire. Over here, close combat. Now, he honestly believed that I would be... I don't know. I really don't know. I was assuming that I could have killed them all. I actually tried my best to try to kill them all. And what ended up happening was my general killed one by himself. The Black Orcs ended up doing like 7 wounds, but he made a couple armor saves, and basically one guy is alive with 1 wound remaining. He is going to lose combat, and boom, he turns into a fucking owlbear. Who the fuck? When the hell did owlbears become a T9A thing? I didn't know this existed. I didn't know. But anyways, he turns into a demon, and he's going to hold there. He is unbreakable and has like a 5 board and all this shit. So I just reform my ranks. I'm gonna fight that guy. He only has 3 wounds. Let's go into Warriors of the Green Gods turn number 2. Warriors of the Green Gods turn number 2. Charges into my chaff. Okay, I knew that was coming. Everybody knew that was coming. Now here's the one fucking trick I did not know that he could do. I did not know this at all. At all. This caught me so off guard. The unit of Grunts that went fleeing over that way, he rallies. Now he rolls 2 dice. And when he rolls 2 dice, he actually failed the rally. And he goes, wait, let me look at a roll. He looks at the roll, comes back, he rolls 3rd dice. He's like, they're lust. Because they're lust, they can flee. Because they're lust, they get a 3d6 rally on when they flee. And they get feign flight. Feign motherfucking flight. So they run into a portal. Okay? Pop out the other portal on this side behind my fucking lines. What the fuck? What the fuck? That is some ingenious shit. That is some ingenious shit. I did not know. I was like, holy crap. The one saving grace I'm looking at in this situation is that owlbear is about to die. I'm looking right at him like he's gonna die. He's fighting my general. Alright. As you can see, that's how it looks. On the left side, his barbarians actually just kind of turned, reformed, and said, and walked outside of Koopa's line of sight, which is fine. The one character in there flew out of the unit and started threatening my flank and threatening my goblin bunker. Anyways, magic, he got a 6 on the flux, goes ahead and he drops, I don't know what the fuck that is on Koopa, but it's like a chemic fire, and then he ends up doing the damn word of iron on his warriors unit. The word of iron I kept letting go because I'm trying to keep stopping his hellfire and his silver spike and any of his damaging spells. And Gloria Gold's a big one. I keep stopping Gloria Gold over and over and over again because I don't want him flaming anything while he just puts an alchemic fire up. That's just dangerous. Alright, as for this combat here, I do fucking kill the owlbear. I mean, it was just like, I think my lord did 4 wounds alone, and then the Black Orcs went and did another like 6 wounds or so, and he was just like, yeah, it's dead. Reform here, facing his flank. Alright, the direction I'm looking at that wall now on the right side, but basically I'm looking at the flank of his chosen, and he's just like, son of a bitch. He honestly told me he did not believe I was going to just turn around. I was like, fuck that, I got a free charge next turn. And basically over here he does kill my dogs. He's going to reform, and the unit had to move over. It's just that there was 2 halves. And his looks like his Forsaken actually overran a bit, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. Like I said, Koopa could charge the flank if I want to, but basically he's just going to challenge me out and have fire damage, re-rolling to hit 2s and then re-rolling to wound on 5s. It's just ridiculous. Anyways, Orcs and Goblins, turn number 3. Orcs and Goblins, turn number 3. I did something that, well, I did this charge, the obvious charge, and he was just like, son of a bitch, I'm going to have to flee again. So he flees. He rolls like whatever distance it was, whatever, right? So I need to 8 on dice to get in, okay? And he's just like, and I roll it exactly 8, and now the question comes up, did I actually get in? And I'm like, all right, well, let's do it the right way. I removed the bodies carefully off my tray because my guys were actually overlapping on top of each other. Measured out 5 inches, measured out my corner to his corner, and he's like, yeah, it's in. So the orcs get in, take out those fucking chosen, which is a good chunk of points. A good fucking chunk of points. Problem is on the left side now, my trolls don't have leadership at the current moment. I actually do make my, whatever that test is, the test where I caught the unit and I just get to, like, leadership check it and turn them around, which I do. So now my general's barely in that troll bubble. Basically, I just reform the trolls facing this way. Trolls really have nothing. I did charge the K-Pack into the flank. You can see in this picture, the K-Pack into the flank of his Forsaken. Boom! I get in. Now, here's my goal. I did take damage from the fucking, the gate. The fence. The fence is in a diagonal through them. We just moved it out of the way, obviously. Now, I triple march with my goblins. I use my relentless banner on the goblins, and I moved the goblins up here to be chaff. But after I did this, I realized I really don't need to. I am hoping the K-Pack and the Savages kill his Forsaken, overrun into the flank of his guys, and I just want to hold him for one more turn. That is my plan, is I want to hold him for one more turn. Okay, the problem is he has a 1-up armor right now, and I'm not ready to fight that shit. But at the current moment, my Savages are holding the objective. My Black Orcs are nowhere near the objective. So if I can just hold them for now, I'm going to get the objective for the first round, right? Koopa on the left is just kind of threatening the Barbarians. My goal here is just to kill the Barbarians enough so that Koopa could do a breath weapon and kill his general, or his wizard. I don't think he knew that Koopa had the dragon staff. Now, that's how it looks. My BSB walked out of the unit of goblins and walked into the other unit of goblins on the right on top of the hill. Baxter actually did the most ballsy thing, and Baxter walked out of the unit, period, and went to the left side, and he's just going to pyromancy the fuck out of those barbarians. Alright, so that's how it looks. Magic got a 1 on the flux, so it's a way to do pyromancy, just get 1s. Anyways, do the pyroclastic flow over here, kills 4 of these fucks, and that is it. Koopa shoots him, kills off another one, and then over here I did kill the Forsaken to the man, to the point where there's no damn demon babies popping up. Gonna overrun into the flank like I did, and that's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. I reformed the Savages, and I turned this way to face his other guy. So his other guy, if he wants to charge in, that's fine. I have it where the trolls could charge into the freaking the Black Orcs, the Warriors. The trolls could charge into the Warriors. The Koopa could charge into the Warriors next turn if I want to. At the current moment, I am not happy with how many bodies he has left in that unit, and at the same time, I keep thinking there's 10 more bodies than there are because of stupid characters. Anyways, let's start off with Warriors of the Green Gods, turn 3. Warriors of the Green Gods, turn 3. He charges his character over my units, because he has flying, into the troll's flank. He fails that charge. He needed like a 9 or a 10, and he failed it. Okay, thank God. As you can see, the K-Pack did get into his warriors, but I did lose one of the K-Pack due to the fence. Okay. Over here, he keeps walking out of line of sight of Koopa. That's fine. That's fair. Alright, so that's how it looks. Magic, you got a 3 on the flux. Goes ahead and gives these guys Glory of Gold. I want to say I use my scroll. I might not have. I don't think I used my scroll yet. He does Glory of Gold, then he does Word of Iron, gets it off with triple 3s. It blows up his a couple more of his barbarians, so he loses a couple more barbarians, which is doing my dirty work for me. Over here, Impact Hits. Impact Hits only kills 2. I ended up doing like maybe like 5 or 6 wounds because I only have 2 of them left, and those and he armor saved a good chunk of them because he's up to like a 1-up armor on these guys. That's ridiculous. Does 2 wounds. Goblin pokes another wound. He goes back. He does 5 wounds back. He forces Kaiser to run away. Kaiser just runs, goes through the fence. Kaiser does not come back. Kaiser is done for the game. It's going to start off turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. Turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. As you can see, I did not charge them. I did not. What I ended up doing, and this is so fucking random. It's so fucking random. I used my Savage Orcs as chaff. I just claimed the objective for 1 turn. Alright, my black orcs are way out of the way, so I have to move the black orcs closer after that killing that guy over there. The Gorgrunts is over there. So I decided to just move the savages in the way. I'm going to fight them. I'm going to kill some more. I'm going to lose my unit of savages. But basically, I'm just trying to get his numbers down. I did try to do 40 tomahawks into him. And for the record, I do 40 tomahawks, 20 bow shots, BSB with AP1, and all the pyromancy into them as possible. I've done probably, in the total amount of the game, probably close to about 20 to 30 wounds. Okay? And he's armor saves like 17 of them. I do kill a couple, but it's not, it's ridiculous because it keeps putting a 1-up armor up, and it's just like, okay, nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. But I keep trying. It doesn't stop me from trying. It's just kind of beating my head against the wall here. Anyways, so yeah, savages are chaff. He charges into them. He'll overrun past the trolls, which give me a flank, so I know he's not going to do that. And then the black orcs are a little too far at the moment, and I made the plan with the goblins. If he charges the goblins with his character, I'm just going to flee, and I'll flee through all my stuff and go to the backside of my black orcs, which is fine because the black orcs will probably just hold. My BSB has the banner of discipline, so nobody on the right side will flee from the fleeing unit, basically. Magic got a 4 on the flux. Go ahead and I do bring the pain on these guys. He actually lets this one go off because he tries to stop the flaming swords. Go ahead and I do a pyroclastic flow here. Kills all of them except for 3. There should be 2 guys or 3 guys and a shaman left. So I go ahead and I do my breath weapon. Now's the chance. Do the breath weapon. I only get 4 hits. I do 1 on each. I actually kill the fucking unit. Don't kill the damn shaman. What the fuck? It's going to start with Warriors of the Dark Gods, or Green Gods turn 4. Warriors of the Green Gods turn 4. He's going to charge here. Like I said, I fled with the Goblins. Goblins went through all my shit. They live. They rally. They're fine. Okay. The Warriors charge into my Savages, and his character charges into Savage's flank. I can't do anything about it. Gets in. Okay, great. Over here, this guy starts to book it. He's actually afraid of going into the Hellmaw's portal. If he goes into the portal, I didn't know this, they actually have to take a toxic, D6 toxic attacks, and he only has 1 wound left. So he's actually afraid of going through the portal and dying. I thought this motherfucker was about to live because I didn't kill him. He's like, I can't go through that portal. You need Hellforged armor to go through that portal. Did not know that. It's good information. Anyways, Magic, it looks like he did a Word of Iron again, maybe. I don't even know. But this is where it gets really fucking ugly. He's done 3, 6, 9 wounds so far. He actually still goes with the character because he forgot to do the character till later. Savages ended up doing 6 wounds. Yeah, he does more wounds here, so it's more than 9 guys. I lose combat pretty fucking huge. I had 26 guys there. Now I have 13. So I lose 13 guys more or less. And yeah, I'm going to lose combat. I am not steadfast. I am running. I did kill 6 guys. Okay, so far I've killed 2 with shooting, 6 with this, plus another 3. So 9, 12 guys are dead so far. Roughly 12. Alright, out of 20. So there's only 8 regular dudes, but again, those 2 characters make it look like he has this giant brick. Let's go start off Orcs and Goblins turn 5. Orcs and Goblins turn 5 is probably one of the most crucial turns. He overran. Sorry, I should put this picture in the thing before. You'll probably get this in right order, and then I'll do turn 5. But he overran and chased the savages towards the objective, which basically from the original guy, the little guy. So that little guy caught him because he had Swift Stride, and he went that way towards the objective. But his other guys just turned around to basically look at the objective. And I've claimed the objective for 2 turns already. So now it's getting to the point where he's either going to just tie me on the objective, which I don't think he can once the Goblins and the Black Orcs take it. And I'm just going to win the objective, which is awesome. This is good news for me. Alright, so Orcs and Goblins turn number 5. I'm going to charge in with the Black Orcs into that guy. Whatever that guy has, I'm going to just turn it off with fucking Mechanox Totem. So I don't really care. I get in, and I just basically turn the I actually use the trolls to chaff his guys again. This time, Koopa ignored the shaman, and Koopa comes over here to basically look at his ass if he charges the trolls. and the Black Orcs will be fine. My goal here was I didn't want him charging the Black Orcs without me using the charge here. And also the Black Orcs are going to contest the objective for this turn, so I want to make sure I solidify that objective. Okay, so he gets in like so, boom, or I get in like so, boom. I got the guy, I moved the goblins closer, I moved my BSB out of the fucking unit, and I actually moved Baxter. You could barely see him by the dice, but I moved Baxter closer to everybody, but still keeping line of sight of that wizard, the wizard off right there. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, let's go into magic. Magic, I go ahead and I do a flaming swords onto the trolls. He lets it go through because he's stopping my rerolls to hit, which is cool, which is clutch, which is smart, right? So I get off flaming swords. He stops my rerolls to hit, but I go ahead and I sneak out a scorching salvo, and boom! I kill his fucking wizard. Fuck your alchemy. Fuck your alchemy. Now I do remember I did use my binding scroll to turn off his alchemic fire last turn. Anyways, over here, close combat. He's like, challenge! I'm like, fucking Dredd accepts your challenge and turns off your sissy ward save, and boom! I fucking rock him. I did like fucking 5 wounds to him, and he has a 3 up armor, which is no armor to Dredd, and Dredd just fucked him up. Dredd just fucked him up, and he did his attacks back. He whiffed, only did about like a wound, and I ward saved that. So I was just like, whatever. Fucking wrecked that guy. Wrecked him. Holy shit. And then, yeah, it's gonna start off his turn. Warriors of the Dark Gods turn 5. Warriors of the Dark Gods turn 5. He's gonna charge into my trolls. I don't even know why I gave him flaming swords. I don't. I'm gonna just do a couple pukes, whatever, right? He does hellfire onto my BSB. I was like, shit, I totally didn't see that coming. Or I tried to stop it and I didn't. And he gets it off. He rolls the dice, 2d6 hits, and he rolls like a 4. I was like, whoo. He fails 1 to wound, so he gets 3 wounds, and I made 2 armor saves on a 5-up armor. So my BSB lives. My heart was in my stomach on that one. Holy shit. Close combat over here. His general only does 4 wounds. He fucking whiffed with his general on the 2 wound roll because he's only strength 5. He goes with the rest of the unit. The rest of the unit actually, they do a good chunk of wounds to the trolls. Trolls only kill like maybe 2 or 3 guys. Trolls run away. I did not expect him to chase, because if he chases, it's going to open up his flank and his rear. But he chased. He said, fuck it, I'm just going to go for it. So he goes in front, goes forward, catches the trolls, and gets into the goblins. And I have this stunned look on my face like, wow. Trolls actually killed 3 guys, you can see them. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins, turn number 6. Orcs and Goblins, turn number 6. Here it goes, guys. Here it goes. Charging in Koopa's fat ass into the rear. Charging the Black Orcs into the flank. Alright? And they all get in. Boom! Like so. I move my BSB and my Wizard closer because I want to get Flaming Swords. I want to get the rerolls to hit. I want the BSB to be in there for stubborn checks. And I realize my Goblins might just die a horrible, horrible death. It's fine. Alright? Magic! Go ahead and I do a Flaming Swords onto Koopa's fat ass. And close combat. He actually swings pretty damn fast. He swings and he doesn't challenge. Because if he challenged, I was just going to give him a champ. And he knew that. He knew that very much. So, and what I ended up doing, I even forgot what the hell I turned off. I think I just turned off his Burning Potent. Because I was like, I don't want him swinging at whatever. I mean, like, before, I think it comes before challenges. You're supposed to turn off an item. So I went with Great Weapons on my unit. I turned off his Burning Potent just in case he did challenge with the guy. But then I thought about it and I was like, it was kind of dumb. Yeah. So he kills off about 7 goblins. Koopa goes. Koopa kills 4 or 5 guys, right? With the spider. My general goes. My general kills off a couple more. And I'm about to swing with my Black Orcs, or my Goblins actually, and I'm like, I guess I'm going to hit the unit. And he goes, what unit? And at this moment I realized, this is the moment I realized, he didn't have much of a unit. He had these 2 characters taking up 10 spaces. I'm like, oh shit, you don't have characters? I'm looking at these guys on the bottom carrying this little war shrine up, and I'm thinking that they're fucking models. I'm like, son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! So I already killed the unit. So I just start swinging away with Great Weapons onto his Battle Shrine. I do 4 wounds onto his Battle Shrine. I win big time. He runs, alright? I have like a charge, a rear, a big rear, a flank, a big flank, a banner, 2 ranks, like 8 wounds or so, or 9 wounds, even more maybe. He's gonna run, and I'm gonna chase with everything, and I capture him. Whew! That was game 5 of Mayhem in the Mountains on table 1. So, yeah, that was fun. Warner, I gotta say, thank you for the game. It was a very good game. He honestly told me that I outplayed him. He didn't expect me to do well with an Orc and Goblin list. He told me this straight to my face. He was happy not to play another vampire army, because he's played 4 vampire armies so far in this tournament. So the 5th army he played was me. I do feel bad about Warner. He did podium. He did get 3rd place, by the way. But I feel bad because, like he said, you know, it's easier to submarine up and then, you know, get on top versus just trying to stay on top when you're the top guy, because something like this happens and now it's going to be harder to get an award, which I do feel for him. I was in contentions of getting the Mountain Lion award because Mike Lies has it separated by Mountain Lion, Ram, Bear, and something other division. So basically, instead of like best neutral army or best good army, you get one of these animals, right? So I was in the lead for best Mountain Lion. I was tied with Wesley, and then basically what ended up happening here, as you can see, is I did not get the Mountain Lion award. I'll tell you why. So here's Mike. Mike is going over the award ceremony. I'm trying to take pictures, and Mike says, let's just get it out of the way. The guy who won the whole goddamn tournament was James. Bum-ba-da, me. Unfortunately, he didn't have a weapon for me to take home. And I told him I didn't even know how I was going to get a weapon home because I got to take the fucking plane home. Alright? But, yeah, that is my 4th tournament win, 3rd GT win, since I started playing this game, since the 9th Age has been around. And that's fucking awesome. I actually took a picture here. Here's a picture. This is my original picture. This with me and Mike and the Hammer, and then that's a picture his wife took. Coming into 2nd place, which actually was the game right next to me, which if I needed, I want to say, hold on, if I would have won the game with 13 points, or it was like a specific window. I think I needed to win the game with anything from 10 to 13 points, or the other guy needed to win with like 10 to 13 points. Neil would have won. But since I actually crushed Warner, I actually got like a 19-1 on Warner, I want to say. I don't think it was a 20. I don't think it was a 20. But I got like a 19. So Neil got 2nd place. And that's fucking awesome because we're all rocking our Team Mexico shirt. This is my whitest Mexican, by the way. Actually, this is a whiter Mexican. You'll see him in a minute. So Neil got 2nd place. Best paint went to Gabe Thorne. And for those of you who don't know who Gabe Thorne is actually probably the best painter in the United States. There's actually an award in Virginia that's called the Gabe Thorne Award, which was awesome because I tied Gabe in paint points, and Mike said that it was really hard to judge who won the paint. He had several judges check both our armies several times to figure out what do the majority of the judges say who should have won paint. And here's the deciding factor, is I won the whole tournament, so it didn't even get it. He's like, you know what, James? We just gave it to Gabe because you won the whole thing. I was like, alright, that's fair enough. I don't care. It's fair. I have enough paint awards, and if I lose to Gabe, that's a fucking, you know, hey, that's Gabe Thorne. Best sportsmanship went to Johanna Goss, and then 2nd best paint, this is player's choice, went to me. Oh man, we're cleaning up awards here. Best undead army went to Yuran Swaja with fucking his Team Mexico. This is my whitest Mexican with his Team Mexico shirt. Best elf army went to Ryan Dorsey, who took the best bear award. Best, I don't even know what category, I think it was best ram, went to Pablo, and Pablo is another Team Mexico player. And then best mountain lion went to Wesley King, who was on my ass for this award for the whole game. Guys, thank you very much for watching this. I enjoyed making it. It was a great tournament. It was actually a very fun tournament to go to. Not my funnest. My funnest is still going to be probably Spain, etc. for the while being. And there was also Croatia. Look at this shit. Me and Herman are fighting. Let's go over what my army did before I go through my closing statements. Closing. Alright. So, in 8th place was the BGKs. BGKs actually did pretty poor this tournament. There was a lot of, like, undead warriors. They're not good BGK targets. BGKs like the elves, like the naked armies, like beastmen and stuff like that. So they didn't have that good of a turnout this year, this tournament. The K-Pack got 7th place with 1,000 points. K-Pack, that's a poor placement for K-Pack. They actually were clutch for this game. This game, I think that was insanely clutch. That flank charge, holding them up for a turn. Yeah. 6th place went to the Green Guard. How the fuck did 180 points of Goblins get more points than the K-Pack and the BGKs? And I'll tell you how. It's because they took place in that last combat, and that gave them 1,200 points. But even so, that's still 500 points that they got on their own, which is pretty damn impressive. 5th place went to Baxter the Pyromaniac. And again, Baxter the Pyromaniac against armies that probably are more susceptible to fire would do wonderful. Yeah, there was a couple games where this game he barely got 290, and the second game against Wesley he barely got 250. So that shows you how much pyromancy doesn't affect much in non-pyro friendly environments. For the record, somebody put on my Facebook post that because my gym caught on fire that I gotta stop playing with pyromancy, and I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. I actually really did laugh out loud. Like, that was fucking funny to me. Anyways, 4th place, which is actually a big upset for me because I thought they were going to be 1st or 2nd place, but 4th place went to the Cave Trolls, the fucking Stone Trolls. Holy shit. They got 3,747 for their first tournament appearance, and I'm actually pretty okay with that. I think that's pretty badass. They did really fucking good. They regened a shit ton of damage. They were great, and I do love what they did and how they did it. 3rd place went to the Foot Clan, my Savage Orc Ed Basher Biggins. 4,203 points. That's pretty solid. They did really good, like well-rounded. Only game against David, they barely took any points. They just cleared chaff, but that's about it. 2nd place went to King Koopa. King Koopa's fucking fat ass. I didn't even think he was going to do that well. I'm surprised he got to 2nd place. 5,113 points. That's fucking awesome, Koopa. And 1st place with a game-breaking, or not game-breaking, a score-breaking personal best record of points in any tournament I've ever done, went to Dredd's Iron Legion. They fucking took 8,388 points. I don't think a single unit has pulled that many points in a 5 or 6 game tournament since I started making videos. Dredd's Iron Legion, this fucking tournament, took 8,000 points. That's on average like 2,000 points a game. A little bit over 2,000 points a game. That's insane. That's insane. That is freaking rough. How the fuck did they pull in 8,000 points? I'm trying to look at it right now. 2,600, 1,400, 800, 800, 2,800. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Dredd's Iron Legion. And Dredd himself has been fighting shit all weekend by himself. I think every game. Ryan Dorsey's the only game that I don't think Dredd fought fought outside the unit. Wesley's game, Dredd held his unit for like 3 rounds of combat. David Otero's game, he fucking fought the BSB for 3 rounds of combat. Omar's game, he fought the BSB for 3 rounds of combat. Warren's game, he fucking killed the stupid Second Lord, the Shredder Lord, in 1 round of combat. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Anyways, guys, woo. All right. Oh man. So I'm gonna see what we had on War Score, what's going on, and then we could call it here. Let's see, War Score. And for the record, for my MVP this game, I'm probably probably have to say Dredd's unit. That was just pretty much the strongest unit in the game, and it basically won the objective and won the game for me that turn. The other honorable mention is actually the dogs, because that chaff was clutch in the beginning and cost him basically the game. Let's see. I'm gonna find myself here and go to Mayhem in the Mountain. Sorry. So I took first place. Neil took second place. My opponent in this last game ended up taking third place. He ended up with 105 total points. That's with Sportsman, Battle, and Paint, because that's how we do it in America. We count paint and sportsmanship. Sportsmanship was a little brutal this tournament, because you had to get everybody telling you that you did great, but then you also get voted on who do they like playing the best, and if you didn't get that vote, you're not getting those sportsmanship points. So it was really hard. Like, people who did really good never really got that high in sportsmanship. Yeah, let's see. Johanna taking fourth place because she maxed out sportsman and paint. She did okay in battle. Ryan Dorsey came out of nowhere to fifth place. He came out from the bottom. Joel Flint came back at sixth place with a 1-game handicap. Joel could have easily been my round 5 opponent and probably won the whole tournament if he would have not missed that first game. To be honest, I know that. I know. I haven't even told him that yet, but I know he knows, and I know he probably watches my videos too. So I know he knows he probably would have took the whole tournament if he showed up round 1, because I struggle against Joel's armies. David Otero taking 7th place. Thomas Moulton taking 8th place, which is not bad for a cute army. Euron Joff took 9th place. James Starr taking 10th for the top 10 at this tournament. James Starr was like running it the whole damn tournament. There's also a couple more pictures. I'm missing a couple pictures, actually. My bad. There was a most traveled that went to Joseph Abel, and there was a most feared that also went to Euron, which means that my Team Mexico actually cleaned up 7 awards out of 11. 7 awards out of 11. We were really happy with our showing. That was a really good showing for Team Mexico, and we had a lot of fun. We ended up hanging out at Pablo's house for the rest of the night till some of us had to take flights home, and yeah, it was a great tournament. It was a great time. All right, guys, I'm gonna try to wrap it up. Basically, I still have the GoFundMe page up if you guys would like to help donate anything to my cause. Basically, my building caught on fire, and I'm missing work because of it, because like today I had to cancel 3 appointments because the insurance guys are looking through all this and they were just dragging everything in around my gym. And I also have to clean up a lot of soot still. I cleaned most of it. Me and my nephew actually knocked a good chunk of it out, but I am missing work, and this is my livelihood. So if you guys can donate any money, that would be great. There's no obligation to, of course, but yeah, it's just much appreciated. My next tournament I'm going to is Michigan GT, and I'm bringing back a returning Jesse to the tournament scenes, which is just awesome. I miss my brother going to these tournaments. It makes a big deal to me. So it's going to be a good game. I'm going to try to bring the same list just to see. Oh shit, I got to turn the list in today. Oh, I just remembered that. I'm definitely bringing the same list. Oh shit. Oh man. And Andrew or Charles or anybody, Max, any of you guys, if you watch my channel still, just to let you know, I had totally planned on sending the list in today. If I forget, it's because I totally got distracted. Anyways, yeah, so I'm happy to win my 3rd GT. Here's a picture of me at Hogfest, and here's a picture of me at Buckeye, which was a bigger GT, 100-man GT, and then this is my 3rd one. So I'm going to try to get my pose into a down pack pose. It's a progression, alright? Anyways, guys, yeah, and I'm just happy to get you guys more content. I'm looking forward to getting you guys those Buckeye games, those Michigan GT games, and hopefully I do well at that tournament as well. Alright, guys, take care, and until next time, peace.